Hello guys, welcome back to another video. My name is Dylan from Top Dog Tutoring, and today we're going to be diving into long multiplication. So I'm going to start off by modeling how we would teach this to children and what's going on behind the scenes when we actually look at the process. Then I'm going to show you the mark scheme and why we have to teach children this method. So hold that in your head for a minute. Let's just start by looking at the actual process here. So 614 multiplied by 32. Now, what I'll start off by saying to the children is, imagine this was just multiplying by 2. It would be short multiplication. 2 times 4 is 8. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 times 6 is 12. And I wouldn't be doing long multiplication unless the children were really confident and proficient in short multiplication first. So showing them this step shouldn't be a surprise. You should be saying to them, look, you know how to multiply by a one-digit number. It's just short multiplication. It's as simple as that. And then we can think about, okay, well, this time I don't want just 2 lots of 614. If I did, I'd have my answer already. I want 32 lots. And this is what I'd be modeling to the children now. I'd be saying, okay, well, 32 lots. Let's keep it as 2 lots because I've just actually calculated it already and we can do that really easily. But if I'm partitioning 32, well, that means I'm left with 30 lots. So I need to calculate 30 lots of 614 as well. I've already done the 2 lots. I'd even write it here. This is times 2. So on the next line, we're going to multiply by 30. Now, we'd be really confident again at this point in breaking up numbers into factors. We'd understand that when I multiply by 30, it is the same as multiplying by 3 and then multiplying by 10, because 3 times 10 is 30. So it gives you the same answer. It's the same thing. We want to take advantage of that. So what we're going to do, and I'm actually going to change color here. I'm going to put a big 0 in. And we'd be using the language as placeholder. We'd be talking about how putting a 0 there, it makes the answer 10 times bigger. It's like we've already done the times 10 bit. That bit is accounted for because I'm making my answer 10 times bigger, which would end up looking like there's a 0 on the end, right? So we're going to put a placeholder here. And now because I've done the 10 times by 10 bit here, now I'm going to do the multiply by 3 part. And that means I can just now treat this like 3 times 4. Is it really 3 times 4? No, we know it's 30 times 4. But this placeholder allows me to now just concentrate on timesing by 3. So 3 multiplied by 4 is 12. So I'm going to have to exchange. Really, I've done 30 times 4, which is why you can literally see 120 here. And we'd be saying to the children, look, we know actually it's 30 and not just 3. We can even use the language of 3 tens multiplied by 4 if we really wanted to. But the point here is it's 120. And that placeholder 0 allows us just to think of it like 3. Now 3 multiplied by 1 is 3. So add on this extra 100 we've got here, gives us 400s. And then finally 3 multiplied by 6 at the top. Again, really what we're doing here is 600 times 3, but I've already made it 10 times bigger, so I can just think of it as 6 times 3, 600s times 3, which gives me 1800s at the end there, or 18,000. So now, once we've done this, we know we'd be saying to the children, look, you can already do the short multiplication part, that bit's easy, but to do long multiplication, we need another row, and it's in the tens now, we're multiplying by 30. So once I've got my 30 lots of 614 and my 2 lots of 614, I'm going to add them together because this total will give me 32 lots, which is what I'm after. 8 plus 0 is just 8, 2 plus 2 is 4, 2 plus 4 is 6, 1 plus 8 is 9, and then the 1 drops down, and the answer is 1,000. Well, it's not 1,000 at all, it's 19,000. Get your place value chart right, Dylan. 19,648. And that's what we'd be saying to the children, and we'd have a really strong understanding of short multiplication, and we build on top of that long multiplication, taking into account we know how to partition properly, taking into account we've taught the children about factorizing a number and still getting the same answer. All of these foundations need to be set, and then we can introduce this and really explain what's going on in each line. If we do that, children are far more likely to remember what's going on. So what I think every teacher should know is what the mark scheme looks like when it comes to doing this in SATs paper. Because a lot of people say to me before, well, do you know what? The long multiplication method is fine, but do you know what? If I multiply by 32, I could multiply by 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. Because 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 is the same as times by 32. And you might be really good at doubling, double it 5 times and you get to the answer. There's loads of different ways you can calculate things in maths. There's not one way of doing it. However, in the mark scheme, sure, you get 2 marks for getting the right answer, and it doesn't matter how you get there. You could get there any way you want. If you write down 19,648, you will get 2 marks straight away. But we need to just think, what if the children make a mistake? Well, if they make a mistake, this is where using the long multiplication method is actually really important, because look at this. If the answer is incorrect, award 1 mark for the formal method of long multiplication with no more than 1 arithmetic error. So here's an example. You've done this, you've actually calculated it here, and all you've done is when you did 8 plus 0, the child might have put a 0 by accident. That is 1 error, but because the method is there, and we can see we've broken it down into 2 parts here, we've clearly done times by 2, times by 3, but there's been 1 arithmetic error, this would get a mark. If you just wrote down this answer, which was wrong, you'd get 0. So we need to teach the children. It's important to show your method here, because if we make a small mistake, well, at least then we can still potentially get a mark out of it. And there's another example there of how you may have made an error. 4 times 2 is not 6. You've added them up. That's 1 error, and that means you get 1 mark. We can see here, look, additional guidance. Working must be carried through to reach the final answer and award of 1 mark. So that means you have to do the entire process. This is a common theme in SATs marking schemes. To get 1 at the mark out of 2, you have to do the whole process. It's just about making 1 arithmetic error. It's not about, if it's a 2-step question, just doing 1 step to get 1 mark. No. If it's a 2-step question, whether it's long multiplication like this, where you have 2 steps to work out, or a word problem with 2 steps, if you just do 1 step, you don't just get 1 mark, you get 0. You need to carry out the working all the way through. And it says here, do not award any marks if the error is in the place value. For example, the omission of the 0 and multiplying. So you might think, well, that's just 1 error, isn't it? No, it's not an arithmetic error. That's an understanding of the method error. And that means you get 0 marks. You have to show full understanding of the method. It's just if you make 1 small arithmetic error, then the children won't get the mark. That's really important to understand. So with that in mind now, we'd be saying, okay, look, 47, how do I partition it? It goes to 40, it goes to 7. So we'd be setting up here saying, okay, this line is going to be times by 7, just like short multiplication, quite easy. This line is going to be multiplying by 40. And even at this point, if we want to make it clear to the children, we can say, we know we're going to need this placeholder, because that means actually this is the same as multiplying it by 10. So I can now just concentrate on it being times 4. So feel free to pause the video if you want to have a go yourself and how you would model this. But we're going to start now with multiplying by 7. 7 times 8, 56. One really, really key thing, you have to know your times tables. It really is as simple as that. 7 multiplied by 1 is 7. Add on this 5 gives us 12. And 7 times 4 is 28. Add on the 1 here gives me 29. It's got 2,926. That's across the top. That's 7 lots. So I've done that part. Now I need 40 lots. Well, I've already made it 10 times bigger. I know 40 is actually 4 times 10. I've done the multiply by 10 bits. Now I can just focus on the multiplying by 4. 4 8s are 32. So we can put a 3 down here. 4 times 7 is just 4. Add on the 3 is 7. 4 times 4 is 16. So we can write that straight in. And we get 16,720. Now we've got 40 lots. So because we have 40 lots and we have 7 lots, we can add them together, which means we get our 47 lots. 6 in the ones column, 4 in the tens column, 16 in the hundreds, which means we exchange over. 2 plus 6 is 8, plus that 1 is 9 in the thousands, and the 1 drops down. We have 19,646. So 19,646 would be the answer, and the mark scheme would be very similar to this. It would be saying the same thing, just with different numbers here, obviously because it's a different question, but the same point. Children have to show the entirety of their working out and go through every single step with 1 arithmetic error at the end. So one little thing I am going to do, and I like to show you this because we've worked so hard on it, and if you enjoy these videos and you think children that you work with or have can get lots out of them, we do have hundreds of lessons and sheets available on our website. You can go to it right now. You can click in the link down below that I'll put in the description, or just scan that QR code if you're watching this on the television. It will take you there, and you can sign up for free, and you get free access to a bunch of lessons straight away to see if it's for you. You get worksheets, you get actual lessons Hayden and I have recorded, and you get walkthroughs for those worksheets as well, where we explain all of the answers. It's an amazing tool if you're preparing or for any kind of entrance exam, or if you're just trying to boost your English and maths. Go and have a look. It's completely free to sign up, and once you've signed up, you get the lessons for free just to check it out. And if you like what you see, you can purchase the whole lot. We put so much effort into it, and if you like this YouTube channel, you are guaranteed to like those videos. That's for sure. So now let's try this one. One thing we notice a lot in SAT papers in particular in year 6 is that there tends to be 2 long multiplication questions in every SATs arithmetic paper. One of them is a 3-digit by a 2-digit number, and the other one is usually a 4-digit by a 2-digit. The process is exactly the same. So feel free again to pause this video and go through it. But what we'd be doing here, just in our heads, we can even do this with the children. Look, what is 74 partitioned? It's going to be 70. It's going to be 4. So this top line is going to be multiplied by 4. This next line is going to be multiplied by 70. And I'm just going to do it now. It's a habit of mine. I'm going to put that placeholder in so I don't forget. And be modeling this to the children, saying, look, whatever works for you, as long as you're not going to forget any kind of step in this process, do what works for you. So now we have 4 times 9 is 36. You'll notice it gets quite cramped. We need to be really careful with our exchanging. Some people comment and saying, I always cross mine out. That's great. Absolutely fine. Cross them out if that helps you. So now once you added them on in the end. So 4 times 1 now is just 4, but I've still got that 3 in the tens. So this is 7 tens. And look, you can cross that out if you want to there. So that's just 7. 4 times 4 is 16. So exchange over a 1. 4 6s are going to be 24, plus the 1 is 25. So we have 25,676 here. And now we need to multiply by 70. We've already made it 10 times bigger, so now I can just multiply by 7. 7 9s is 63, so the 6 gets exchanged. 7 times 1 is just 7, plus the 6 gives me 13. So the 1 comes over. 7 4s are 28, plus that 1 is 29. 7 6s are 42, plus this 2 here is 44. So now we have our answers here for multiply by 70 and 4. If we add them together, we get multiply by 74, which is what we're after. 9, sorry, not 9 at all. 6 plus 0 is 6. 7 plus 3 is 10. 6 plus 3 is 9, plus that 1 there is another 10. 9 plus 1 I'll do first because that's the number of 1 to 10. Plus 5 is 15. And the 1 comes over. 2 plus 4 is 6, plus 1 is 7. And then the 4 drops down. Large number here, 475,006. Nothing in the hundreds and nothing in the ones. So you've seen the process. It doesn't matter if you're doing 4 digits by 2 digits or 3 digits by 2 digits. The link between short multiplication and long multiplication is something we should make really clear to the children. The children should understand that actually doing the long multiplication process is important in the test, because if we make an arithmetic error, at least we might get 1 mark. Whereas if we don't do this long process, we'll definitely get 0, even for just 1 mistake. And that is basically that. So I think now it's your turn. Have a go. Let me know in the comments what the answer is. Hopefully we'll see you again next time. Make sure you subscribe and share this video with someone you think might find it useful, because there's loads more content coming up soon. I'll see you next time.